Hello, hello. It's Bree with BS in the Afternoon on Hits 105.5, and it's one of my favorite segments of the day, Behind the Business with Bree. And so I'm here with Ryan Homan from AlignRight Technologies. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited to have you in the studio. You're always so fun to talk to.
Yeah, I'm excited to get my radio voice going and see how
Your
I
radio
sound.
voice? Yeah. Get your radio voice on. I think that sounds fun. I'm excited. We are recording, so then you can hear it later, too.
Awesome.
Anyways, AlignRight Technologies is in Sydney. Tell me a little bit about AlignRight Technologies. Let's tell everyone where it is because it's by High Grounds.
Sure. Yeah, we're on Spruce Avenue at the corner of Fair Road there, right across from the fairgrounds, across from High Grounds. So easy to find there. Get a lot of road traffic going by, and right there across from High Grounds.
Yeah. Okay. And what do you guys do?
So we're an IT managed service provider. Everybody always asks, what the heck is that? So basically, we are the IT team for businesses in the area. So we work with businesses all the way up in Lima, down in the Dayton area, everywhere in between. We're kind of their IT resource. Sometimes we help existing companies that already have IT resources with just outsourcing some pieces of that. Other times we work directly with the company, business owners and stuff, just being their IT resource.
I think that's really nice because there is a lot of times that I need IT help and I don't know where to go.
Sure, and that's the goal. I mean, we don't work with people individually, but we work with a lot of businesses in the area, and try to be that business resource technology advisor for them, giving them direction on where to go, especially with all the cybersecurity attacks and things like that. Just making them knowledgeable.
I
About
was a
those things.
victim of cybersecurity recently.
Really? What happened?
Yes. So I had an email from the same email that I email all the time. It's the same girl. It was her email address. I am very clear when I double check things. And she was like, "Hey, I got locked out of my account. Can you send me a code?" Which sounds like super dumb now that I say it out loud. And so I texted her and was like, "Hey, did you just send me this email?" And I had a response that said yes. Okay. Now, that doesn't make sense, right? So I was like, okay, I'll send her this thing. She just asked for it. Well, somebody had hacked into her email, her work company's account, and her company phone, and had been using it through some other thing that they got the code and they responded to my text message.
Sure.
And I opened up my own business for a lot of stuff because they were taking over all my accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I had to shut everything down. I had to cancel all my bank accounts because everything's linked to everything online now.
Yeah,
It
that's a
was
very
horrible.
common attack right now. It's called a business email compromise, and
Yeah.
they pretend to be somebody else. A lot of times, what happens is somebody, honestly gets compromised, so it looks 100% legit, but they're sending you to a bad place to steal your stuff and just keep spreading that along.
Yeah, and I was like, all I did was send them a code, and I was like, that code ruined my life for a couple weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's horrible. And some people they don't. It's their business, so
Sure.
they don't know how to get it back.
Well, and the key is to have layers of protection in place. So, like one of the things that we would do in that case, we have a managed, they call it a SOC, a Security Operations Center, and what it does is it looks for things that are anomalies. So, say you normally log in here in Sydney, Ohio. Well, all of a sudden you're going to log in like in China or England or some other place like at the same time. Well, you can't be in two places at once. So therefore, that's going to block your account immediately and prevent that damage from spreading and being a problem that way.
Okay, so you guys save the day from things like this.
Yeah, but you have to be proactive on it. You can't fix it necessarily reactive. You got to get ahead of it before it happens and kind of put a lot of these things in place. I always get the joke, from people like, say you got a ransomware attack or something bad going on. People think the IT people can just magically come there and fix the problem. Well, in some cases, there's no fix. It's got to be something you do and put in place ahead of time so that you can have something in place should something bad happen. So it's just about planning for that and, making sure you have good processes and procedures in place.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And so what made you decide to get into this career?
Sure. Well, I've been doing IT stuff forever. I'll kind of jump past all the fun stuff when I was younger, but kind of the start of AlignRight, it started as a consulting business back actually in 2010, kind of part-time as I was still doing IT stuff. And then I was an IT director here in Sydney at Holloway Sportswear, and they moved the office down to Georgia. And with me being very associated with this, Shelby County area and friends and family, I wasn't going to relocate, so
Yeah.
decided to turn it from a consulting business to a full-time venture. And now we employ 4.5, 5 people here in Sydney area, and continue to grow from there.
That's awesome. If somebody asked you in 2005 that you would own Align Right Technologies and be helping all these businesses secure their networks and do their IT, what would you say?
I probably would have never thought it would happen. It was kind of it was one of those things where I think my wife was pregnant with our third kid, and we had just built a house, and it was like one of those things like, hey, honey, what do you think about me starting my own business and giving this thing a shot? And she said, go for it. And so I'm still here today, and so it's worked out and been able to help a lot of people. That's kind of the big reason to do it. I got a lot of tech knowledge in my head, and being able to share a little bit and help others with it has been a big thing that makes me feel good about what I'm able to give back to people.
No, that's awesome. Anytime I speak to you, I know that I'm going to learn something about computers. Is that an accurate description of you? I think that you are just so knowledge based.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope you learned something. Hopefully, it's not too boring when you learn something. But,
No.
I got a lot of technology knowledge up in my head, and try to share the helpful parts out there for people to relate to it and talk in a way that isn't too tech over their heads. Be able to relate it to their business and what they're doing with their stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what's comforting about Align Right Technologies is that you guys are local. You are just small company ran, so it's not like you're doing this from China or something like that. You're actually a local business that can take care of the customers and in your surrounding area.
Sure. Yeah, and I like to give back. I contribute a lot in the area with the chambers and different events that I can around town, just to
Yes.
kind of be a part of that.
You were the sponsor. Is that the correct term for the chamber for the YP meeting?
Yeah,
the
we
other
had a
week?
big YP meeting the other week, and they were looking for someone. I think they had 50 to 60 some guests, and we're looking for
Yeah.
some help on the kind of the lunch sponsorships. So I was able to contribute to that a little bit and help them out so they can continue to throw great events in the future.
I think that's great, and I love that you support the community like that.
Yes, it's a big part. I mean, the community's been good to me, and I want to be able to give back and kind of have that be part of the legacy.
And that's great. Or you think your kids will grow up and be working at Align Right Technologies?
Probably not. My oldest is only 11 right now, but I don't know. They do think a lot like me, which is kind of scary. But I think they have a lot of other dreams and aspirations, and we'll see where they end up.
Okay, so if anybody is interested in getting your services or getting some quotes for your services, how can they contact Align Right Technologies?
Yeah, they can check us out on the web. It's alignright.tech, TECH, or you can give us a call at 937-419-0866. Will ring directly to me.
Okay, and then we'll take a picture afterwards, and then we'll post that on Facebook with your contact information so people know where to go.
That
I think
sounds
that's
great.
awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show.
No problem. I appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Awesome. All right. It's always a good day when we have somebody in here for Behind the Business. This is Bree, and we'll be back right after this on Hits 105.5.